this feeling which is rolling round in my brain. What can I do to make it all go away? I believe they call this thing fear and anxiety. With me night and day, can't make it go away. Sleepless nights and worry all around. Help me get my feelings back to solid ground. Indigestion, I can't concentrate. When will I ever begin to feel okay? Good morning, this is Village Vic, and you've reached a podcast entitled Rolling Around in My Brain, which are lyrics from my song called Anxiety. To remind you again, I am not a medical professional. If you have serious depression or anxiety, go see your doctor. I'm basically talking about some of the anxiety I've had in my life, my situations, how I've dealt with them, and perhaps they can be of help to you. Okay, well, the most obvious financial anxiety exists when you can't make ends meet. It's the constant worry that bills are due and just not enough income to pay for them. With the massive inflation that has occurred in recent years, this is becoming an enormous problem for the poor and middle class, and especially the elderly. If your wages have gone up proportionally, you may be fortunate, but that is not the case for most of us. One of the things that has happened in recent years is that individuals have used their credit cards to pick up the shortfall. And when credit cards have interest rates at close to 30%, you are putting yourself in a position that you will be in debt forever unless you can pay off the cards in a few months. The financial traumas can exhibit themselves in a number of different ways. A person can just give up, basically saying they'll never pay it off, so they may go ahead and just start spending on anything they want. Spending sprees on cars, clothes, lavish vacations. This is kind of like a drug addict or alcoholic taking more addictive substances to dull the pain, since they know they'll never be free of debt. The other extreme is what they call financial dysmorphia, which is an extreme look at one's finances, which can lead to obsessive earning money, hoarding, and negative shopping habits. This person will not spend 1 cent more than is absolutely required. In fact, they may not even spend money on normal necessities. Or they could take on second jobs or work extra overtime to make more money. Yeah, people react in different ways, and we're going to go over some of those ways. But financial stress is always with you because most bills are reoccurring, so you're constantly reminded. Here are some other reactions people have anxiety. One of them is called hypervigilance. And it can manifest as constantly feeling on edge when discussing finances or making money-related decisions. They don't even want to talk about it. They say, it only gets me depressed. Don't talk about it. And then there's a related behavior called avoidance behaviors, which may include things like, well, the mail comes and you see the bills and you just don't open them. You don't open the checking bank accounts. Or you might do things like you might get a social invitation and you don't want to spend a penny, so you just kind of put yourself in a hole and just stay to yourself and avoid the spending. Another reaction is what they call heightened startle response. Someone who's experiencing financial trauma may be easily startled by specific triggers. And it can be just normal things like, for example, hearing the phone ringing. They won't answer because they're afraid it might be a debt collector calling. And so, as a result, they don't answer the phone, and it just causes distress. Another thing that can occur is that you could have insomnia. Boy, the brain is a powerful thing. If you've got something bothering you on your mind, you can take, I've known this in my own case, I could take pills, sleeping pills, whatever. Yeah, it might put me to sleep for a while, but staying asleep is going to be still a problem for me. So people experience this insomnia when they have serious financial problems. Or people can go the complete opposite way with self-destructive behavior. This can say things like, well, I can't handle this, and I'm not going to just live like this. I'm just never spending any money or anything, so I'm just going to do what I want to do, and I'm just going to overspend. I might even quit my job because I just tired of all the frustration. I'm going to do my vacations. I'm going to buy a new car. I'm going to do whatever it takes because I can't get out of debt anyway, so I may as well have a good time. Yeah, different people react in different ways. And money anxiety, it's excessive worry, nervousness. You could have panic attacks, all kinds of fear. A person could experience a lack of appetite, or they could go the other way and overeat, to just more or less have the pain go away, experience something enjoyable for a momentary pleasure, so to kind of avoid the obvious problem that you have. Yeah, and other things can occur like muscle tension, tightness in the jaw, in addition to gastrointestinal problems, headaches, migraines. All could be caused just from the anxiety associated with finances. Another less common one is something called rumination. In this case, the person knows they're in trouble, and so they obsess over things that have happened in the past, like, I shouldn't have bought that car. It was too expensive. I could have gotten a used car. I could have bought a smaller car. I shouldn't have bought that house. I shouldn't have bought that ice cream. It goes on and on and on. And that's called second-guessing yourself or rumination. You could also have something called obsessive-compulsive behavior. The person can obsess so much about their finances that they're constantly, all they're doing is looking at everything financial accounts, financial news, the stock market, just to learn everything they could possibly learn that maybe somehow that information might get them out of the mess they're in. Or they could they could get themselves into a situation of paralysis. Someone with financial trauma may feel frozen when making even simple financial decisions like grocery purchases or going to 10 different stores just to save a couple of bucks. Not saying that you shouldn't be careful with how you spend your money, but this is excessive. Excessive decisions about buying anything. Yeah, financial anxiety can cause very severe reaction. Let me bring some levity on this subject. A man comes up to another guy and he says, "Hey, I had my credit card stolen." The other guy says, "Wow, did you report it?" The guy said, "No, because the thief is spending less money than me." Funny, but it actually brings up a solution that can help. People often don't even know how they are spending their money, especially now with the wide use of credit cards. They don't have cash anymore. It's too easy to spend money. So let's start with the easiest approach to help control of your finances. First, make a budget and write down every single expenditure that you make and put it in a spreadsheet. If you lay it all out and then lay out your income, you can determine exactly how much money you have to spend. And by doing so, you can probably eliminate some things that you're spending money on that you can live without. Things like subscriptions, games, TV channels, meals out, etc. These are all areas you can usually find some dollars to cut out if you're willing to take control of your finances. Just doing this process can alleviate financial stress. I know we've done it as a family, and it really helps because now everyone in the family, of course mainly the husband and wife, sees the same information, and it can help avoid arguments because you see this as a challenge together. You don't need to quit blaming each other on purchases, but instead look at it together and see if you can find a way to make it through. If the topic's too sensitive, you might need to discuss it with a financial counselor. You may have heard what financial counselors can do. I went to see my financial counselor, and afterwards I slept like a baby. I mean, I woke up every hour and I cried. But seriously, financial advisors can help. Some things financial counselors can do is have you call your creditors and spell it out for them. Tell them you're having problems paying your bills. Ask if interest rates can be reduced or a payment plan can be developed. Creditors like to hear from you rather than constantly dealing with missing payments, late charges, etc. It shows you're concerned and want to find a way to pay your bills. Sometimes a home equity loan can be used to consolidate your debt and reduce interest charges and monthly payments. All of these are actions which will reduce stress because you're making an action plan to deal with it. Once the plan is in place, you know what to do. There's lots of things you can do short-term and long-term. You might want to consider improving your skills so that you can earn more money. Might mean going back to school or taking online courses, which might come with a cost, like a student loan, but in the end, it'll be worth it. Okay, next week we're going to be talking about health anxiety. And in the meantime, as always, have a stress-free, relaxing day, and we'll see you next time. I'm ready to take the path to follow. Give me some help to hang on to. I will go on. It may take many months. I'm ready for bumps, ready to jump, oh ready, oh ready, oh ready until I'm free.